What's up?
What's
What's
up?
up? What's up, bad guys?
What's up?
Hey,
What's going on?
good morning, good afternoon, happy Friday.
GM.
Peace out, Sharbi people.
GM.
GM in the house.
For sure.
All right, what are we rocking with? We got some comments coming in here today. Let's see who's here.
Yeah, what are you seeing?
I'm not seeing anything. There
Comments,
we go.
comments.
Charlie rocks. Let's go. Christmas is there. Pack Hero is there. Nice to see the Sharbi family in the house. And that's it.
You know, I should have asked Hero if he wanted to jump on the stream. I think he's officially back from his.
Send him a DM now. See if
Is he
he's.
back, bro? Invite Crypto Hero. Let's invite
Yeah,
him.
let's invite him.
I think he got back like a day or two ago, so maybe I'm texting him right now.
Cool.
We'll see what he says.
I like it.
Some pretty great pictures from Ireland, though. So if he
yeah.
can't jump on, congrats to him. It looked like an epic wedding. So much prettier than my wedding in Texas way back when. So
I like it.
All right.
So what are we going to discuss today, Lab? What do you got on the board that you want to talk about?
So I just have a couple things I was going to mention from the last week. It has been a fairly quiet week in Sharbi land, and we can talk about that a little bit. But I was going to share, we did get our own sweet little arcade game going. We've been doing the weekend games for quite a while now. I think it's been almost a few months, almost every weekend doing games. And so I finally had a game made of our own in the vein of, what's the name of this? The game with the Flappy Bird, I think.
Flappy Bird, yeah. Flappy Bird.
Flappy Bird. Yeah, so it's basically like that, but it's super Sharbi was the name we went with. I really wanted to call it Bitch Flap personally, but I got nixed on that. But
you got bitch slapped.
I got bitch slapped, right? But I just thought, it worked.
Yeah.
So that was cool. We did a little competition. We'll do more of those. We'll still jump in and out of other games and things because keep it fun. But we'll use that one from time to time. And what else do I got? I was also going to give one more shout out for the Artful Hearts deal that All Dolled Up has been working on. I forgot to put our thing back on. The Artful Hearts that All Dolled Up's been working on, just to submit any pictures from your kids or nieces, nephews, whoever you can get that might be willing to participate. I know we most recently had, I'll post a few of these. These are from some kids. I believe they're from an orphanage in,
Oh, wow.
I want to say in Uganda. That might be incorrect. But these were, oh gosh, I should have, hold on. Let me see if I can pull up whose connection this is. It's one of the Sharbi whales. Joseph, I think, is the one who.
Super.
I think he does a lot of work here at this orphanage, and so he had the kids do some of these pictures, and they did a whole.
Amazing! That's super
project.
Cool.
So that's exciting. Yeah, we got quite a few of those, but we're still looking for more art. So, and then we'll list them and raise some money for the kids.
Awesome.
So I'm big fan. So those are my two things, and I guess lastly, real quick, I was going to say this is the last message from Professor for anyone who missed it yesterday. Patience will be rewarded. The stories behind Dogecoin, Shiba, SafeMoon, Baby Dogecoin, Pepe are not bedtime stories. These are real life examples of what patience rewards. Sharbi is one of them. I will keep adding into my bag at those prices. That's a signal from Professor to all the Sharbi community out there. The things that will happen in the next days, weeks, months will prove my point. I will never be involved with another project until I see Sharbi being on the top where it deserves to be. We are working endlessly to deliver things, and we will not stop anytime soon. If you think otherwise, you are wrong. So obviously, things haven't gone entirely according to the schedule in our minds, but a little update from Professor, nothing's really changed in the background as far as what's going to happen and what's going down. So I'm sure everyone's anxious to get your thoughts Cool.
Yeah, look, firstly, thank you, Professor, for outlining all that for everybody to see. I mean, at the end of the day, crypto very rarely goes exactly the way anybody plans it to go. And I can speak from experience when I say that the biggest surprises that I ever got were actually not when I was conscious, is when I actually woke up in the morning, checked the, CMC, checked the wallet, and saw something had gone absolutely crazy. And then it continued to go crazy for weeks and weeks and weeks after that. And, ones that, I was very fortunate to hang in Dogecoin for a long time before it did anything. I was in it for like 3 years. And then one day I woke up in the morning and saw it had just gone absolutely ballistic. And it was, crazy, as they like to say, wife-changing money. So I didn't change wives, but
you already had a good one.
Yeah, but it's, and it's been the same story with pretty much everything that, and I call it getting lucky, right? You get lucky, luck. There is an element of luck involved, of course, but behind that luck, there's a serious amount of work in all of the tokens. Pretty much every token that I've ever got lucky in, those tokens have had amazing communities and teams working on them. And I'm unwavered on my belief in Sharbi. And, a T1 exchange, and let me, people, I know people are hanging out for a T1 exchange. I'd love to see a T1 exchange. We've had a sort of like almost sort of didn't is, but it's all in the background. It's all ready to happen. We don't control the T1 exchanges. They will do it when they feel like it. It's their commercial decision. It's not our commercial decision. So when they list, it'll happen. But what I wanted to do is actually talk about what is the goal behind a T1 exchange? Because most people in communities that I'm involved with think that by getting on a big T1 exchange guarantees you a massive 10x or a 5x or a 20x or whatever. It don't. You know, and if you look at the launches on any of the really big T1 exchanges, let's just look at this year, for example, right? You will very quickly understand that it's not about getting your massive X's. That may happen. That definitely may happen. But it's not the reason why you go for a quality T1 exchange. You go there because you're setting yourself up for when the bull run comes. You're getting access to millions and millions of people getting exposure to Sharbi. I see that Pack Hero is just basically taking the words from her mouth, but yeah, you're right on, bro.
Yeah,
it's about
exchanges bring exposure.
Yeah, you get access to their millions of people, and then what happens is when the bull run starts to take shape, and there's already smoke signals for me, and there has been for a long time. For those people that follow me, you guys know in my channel, I called it at 16,000. I said, believe it or not, I'm calling this really early. This is going to be the bull run. And now here we are over 30,000. For me, it's already started happening back at 16. But the general market, and that's what we really need. It's not me. It's not other people that call it. It's the masses that need to buy into it. When that pendulum swings and BTC starts flying and Ethereum starts flying, all of a sudden, millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people are going to have big fat wallets. So if you're on, and I'm going to use the KuCoin example, don't quote me on that, it's just an example. If you're on KuCoin and you've got access to their millions of investors that have now got nice big fat wallets that they didn't have during the bear run, they start looking around, well, okay, made all this money from BTC, I'm going to start pumping it into memes. Let me go through the memes. Oh, there's only 7 listed. Let's go to the bottom ones because Doge has already had its day. They'll look at the ones that have got the most value potential. They may look at SHIB because it's got a lot of catalysts coming up, as we do. But Projects like Doge probably wouldn't look at putting too much money in that because it's run a race already. It may still blow up, but they'll definitely look at ones that have got value, or at least I will. I'll look down to the lower ones and say, what market cap's that one at? Oh, this one's at 4 million market cap. Forget about it. This is a crazy bet. Let's have a look at their community. Oh, community's banging. Okay, great. Let's see what they've built. Oh, what's their utility? Oh, they're spitting out USDC. They've pumped out 750,000 or whatever the amount is in rewards. It's like, wow, this is a serious token. And start digging deeper. Oh, they've got a Shibarium launch coming up. Oh, wow, that's huge. So I'm role playing here, obviously, but all of a sudden you get this massive amount of money that continually pumps into Sharbi. Every time the market goes up, they find tokens like Sharbi because you're now exposed to millions of people. So I want people to understand, like, is my expectations the day we get listed on KuCoin to do like a 10, 20x? No, not at all. I would not say no if it happens, but I wouldn't be upset. But the reality is that's not what I am looking at. My investment in Sharbi is, and we said this at the very, very beginning when we got our first decent exchange. I said, guys, expectations. It was the same speech gave then, but I'm giving now. It's all about continually growing the base. And as you grow the base, you get access to more people. When the good times come, and that's what we're talking about, you explode. Now, let me give you another scenario. Let's say next month, Shibarium gets launched, gets announced. Okay, so, and let's say we're listed on a T1 by the time it gets announced, or we get listed. And those two different events at two different time frames. Announcement will happen. Shibarium is going to launch in a number of weeks or whatever it may be. Then the next catalyst is the actual launch itself, and we will be one of the first. We'll be ready. Now, when you have that massive exposure from Shibarium, that's a very different catalyst to that of a T1 listing. A Shibarium launch to millions of their dedicated wallet holders of SHIB, the supporters of SHIB, they will explode that platform. Mark my words, that platform will explode. And there's only going to be, at the beginning, there's only going to be very few tokens that are launched. It will grow every week. Every week there'll be more and more. But at the very beginning, there'll be very few. So all that money wants to funnel in and invest in this platform. Now, we get listed on Shibarium, then all bets are off. You may get a 50x, 100x. We don't know. No one knows. So whilst everybody's hanging their hats on a T1 exchange, and I don't want to pee on anyone's parade, but the reality is, whilst it's an amazing thing and it's an amazing achievement to get on a major T1 exchange, it is not the end game. It's another fantastic pillow structure in place that allows us to explode at the right time. So catalysts, what are the catalysts we have coming? We know we've got T1 exchange coming. We know. We may even have two. Okay. We know we've got Shibarium coming. These are massive. These are massive, catalysts. So DMT, you were going to say something.
No, bro. I just wanted to add to what you were saying, but it was more like a question. So the general perception around projects, what I've seen is that when a token gets launched, everyone's like, you need catalysts, right? So there are multiple catalysts which happen along the journey of a project. Some are short-term catalysts, some are long-term catalysts. But one of the most overhyped and rated project catalysts which people talk about are T1 exchange listings, because usually during the bull run we see that when projects get listed in T1 exchanges, the projects explode. So a lot of people have this perception, which is very deeply ingrained, that you get listed in a T1 exchange, the project is going to explode. So everyone in the community is non-stop talking about it, right? They're like, when is the exchange listing happening? Oh, it didn't happen. That means the project is not going to explode. So people are focusing everything on the T1 exchange and have stopped focusing on the journey of the project. They're not focusing on what have we achieved in the last 6 months. And they're thinking that if this exchange listing doesn't happen, we won't do well or whatever it is, and they think that if this exchange listing happens, that's the only way we'll do well. Yes, it's one of the catalysts, but it's not going to be
Yeah.
it might not be the big catalyst. So expectations are set very wrong. So I want to ask, bro, that I want to ask you this, that what do you think about this? Are these expectations correct? Like, do you think that having a T1 exchange, I mean, of course it's good, but it's not necessary that it will catapult the price or make a 2x even or a 5x or 10x, right? I mean, it
Correct.
might at the right time. Like, it needs multiple
Yeah.
events. So these expectations, we need to educate each other about these expectations, about this perception we have, which I feel is not the right perception to have about exchanges.
Yeah. Look. I think there's a lot of things you covered there, but let me try to break it down. Right. First thing, if you get a T1 listing, a major T1 listing, and it's in the height of a bull market, you get your 10x, 20x, you get a crazy X. Okay, that's granted, right? Most times, when you're not in a bull, you're in a bear market, or you're coming out of a bear market, which is pretty close to where we are right now. Very rarely do you get these massive pumps. Right? You don't. You can just simply go through the listings yourself on one of the major exchanges and look at what the X's they did upon listing. Sometimes you'll be very disappointed to go backwards. Okay. So, yes, I think it's really super important for people to understand timing. What is the purpose for us to get on a T1 exchange? Most people in their heart of hearts are thinking, even whales are thinking, I'm going to get a massive pump when we list on X exchange or Y exchange. Okay? It may happen. It's despite what I'm saying, it still may happen because Sharbi is very different to a lot of tokens that are listing. You look at, like, say, KuCoin, look at the last 10 listings they did. These were very different projects to ours. A lot of them very new projects. They're not like, they haven't done the building we've done. So it could be that there are people out there that research these listings and they look at Sharbi and go, wow, this is going to be a fabulous launch. This is a great token. Now they got exposure to us because of a listing, right? So it opens up our market. So timing is everything. You list in a bull market, you get, more often than not, you'll get an explosion in price. List in a bear market, you won't. It's a very rare thing. The purpose for us to get listed is to lay our strong foundations down and to be ready for the bull market, which is coming. It's coming. The signs are there. It's very clear. We've got halving coming up in March. It's definitely coming. I've seen 4 cycles. It's coming. Okay. So post-halving, let's say 6 months after halving, I would guess we're in the height of a bull market. This is the amazing thing about what we are doing. We are building all of these platforms, not just for the bull market, but for a Shibarium launch. I spoke about it on the last episode. You may remember me saying, okay, guys, in my perfect world, get another T1 listing or 2 just before we launch on Shibarium. To me, that's our first mini bull run because we've got millions of people that are going to go out there and support and buy whatever token gets listed because they want to be part of history. They believe in the project, and it's got these projects that get listed have got potentials to do hundreds of X's, just like Sharbi. So having a T1 exchange or more T1 exchanges and better ones than what we have right now, and we have a couple of good ones, but we go up another level. Shibarium starts rolling. The marketing machine at Shibarium goes. We launch. Now people hear Sharbi's name. Millions of more people hear Sharbi's name, and they go, "Oh, let me check KuCoin, or let me check OKX, or let me check, whatever exchange it is." And they see, "Oh my God, there's Sharbi. It's listed. Oh, let me buy it." So this is all. It's so important to get details right. The tokens that in my lifetime that have made the most money are ones that did so much work. Polygon, Matic. That's a great example of a project that they built and built and built and built and built. The community in the end was hating the project. Can you believe it? They were hating it because they had followed it for so many years and it had not done what everybody expected. Then, boom, bull market comes along. The thing does crazy X's, thousands. So, look, it's all about timing. I don't believe we're in a situation like Matic or Polygon. Same thing. We're in a way better, situation than we have got a token that's 6 months old. We have proven ourselves. We've launched on 2 chains. We've got solid market cap on both chains, an unbelievable community. We've got money in the treasury wallet donated by whales. We've got money with market makers donated by cabs. Look, there is so much positive stuff. We've got a brand new website that's coming out in 3 or 4 days from now, which we're timing because we believe the timing is right to go up another level with the website. We've got weekly updates here with Lab, myself, DMT, Hero. We're all in this together, and we're all here to educate each other. So I hope today, if we achieve something out of today, and that is an education around what a T1 listing is going to do for us, and have the right expectations, but understand the importance of what happens when Shibarium gets launched and we've got more T1 exchanges, because we can frigging explode off the planet at that point.
Love it. Yeah, I agree 100%. I think it's all about, as far as individually, like this is a community token, guys. So, even if an exchange was to pump it, I look at it and I'm like, well, I'm not going to sell the top of that pump, so it's going to pull back again, right? And we're just going to keep building this thing, And the magic of Sharbi is that eventually those rewards will be enough that no one will really need to sell. But in the meantime, the key I think is that we all stay engaged, stay positive. Nothing's changed. All the things that we're excited about, we're still excited about, and there's more good things coming. So,
absolutely. Just a few shout outs here. Marky, CRC he's got to go. Thanks for being a great supporter, Marky. Great to see you here.
Did you just call Marky he? Marky's a girl. I told you.
I said Marky. So I said Marky. What are you trying to do? Hey, what's your problem? What's your problem? I said Marky. What the hell?
Marky. No, you said okay. All right.
Marky CRC.
Oh, CRC. I thought you said he.
Right. No, it's the family name. God, Lab, give me a break. No,
I know. She called me.
Get back in the lab. Take some pills. Chill, dude. Come on.
She called me out last time, like, "Oh, I'm a girl," so I was trying to be supportive.
I think it's Ibogwu David. Love you. Back to you, brother. Back to you. Crispus said, more T1 exchanges, more exposure, 1,000 X's. Look, one thing, listen carefully to this, right? Professor does more than anybody in this amazing community. And he has been nothing but transparent since day one. The guy's very humble. I've met him in person and his amazing wife. This guy says stuff, and when he says stuff, he means it. Okay? Now, he says he's going out there and buying more Sharbi. You better believe it. He is. This week, I bought more Sharbi. I can't believe the gift that's been given this week with the prices we have. And I'm going to be buying more Sharbi in the next few days again.
Yep.
You can read into it whatever you want to read into it. Actions speak louder than words. Okay? So just think about that. And there will be a time in the future, and everyone will be able to re-go over these videos, re-go over the Uncle Nut chat, go over the main chat, and look at what was being said. And it will all make sense at that point in time. You'll go, holy cow, it was all laid out in plain sight. So, Professor said, time, everybody will see. Right now, people are nervous. Chill. Go get into the real world. Go hang out with your kids or friends or whatever it is. Chill out. If crypto is straining you right now because you're looking at price, you're married to price, my advice to you is don't be married to the price. Be married to the project and what's being created in the project. It's the building part that is the thing that makes the difference. If you've got a meme token that has zero tax, that has very little community, and it does a massive pump for a week, go revisit that token in 6 months where we are right now and see if that token still exists. It may still exist. It'll be worthless 9 times out of 10. So, this is a long game with Sharbi. This is not about short game. We have got an amazing opportunity in front of us. Enjoy the ride. Please enjoy the ride. And if you're stressed out financially on this and you can't handle it, sell, right? Sell. Nobody forces you to stay here, right? We'd hate to see anyone leave, but the reality is nobody should put themselves through pressure where they're living, day by day. Okay, so always only invest what you can afford to lose. Okay, then you sit in a very different position, and money is a very different thing to deal with when you're coming from a position of it doesn't matter. DMT, do you have anything to say to that? I know that you're a big proponent of that as well.
Absolutely, bro. Like, I think it's so important. What you just said, bro, 100%. I have nothing to add to it. And I just feel there are more important things in life. Focusing on yourself, your inner journey, your family, peace, mental health, living a really high quality life. And by high quality, it doesn't mean lots of money, but by high quality, it means inner quality, inner refinement, inner happiness and peace, calmness. I think like these things are more important. And then the money thing, bro, like that's, I mean, it has a limited reach. It can do limited things. But the inner workings, it cannot do anything to your inner working. So yeah, I mean, what you said is so bang on, and this is extremely critical. I think this is what crypto has taught me. Like over the last few years, I've been in crypto. It's to be completely detached from whatever is happening outside.
Yeah, so Alexandra says here, one key aspect to remember is some people had entries at 50K market cap while others had 15 mil. This is also a factor of stress. Yeah, when I read that, I say, yeah, you got a point, but not really. Because the point I just made before, Alexandra, and with all due respect, it's you only ever put in what you can afford to lose. And if you work from that principle where you're not betting the house, right? We joke about betting the house, but we don't bet the house, right? It's like, then it doesn't matter whether you got in with 100 million market cap on a token and it's at 1 million. It doesn't matter because you're now extracted yourself from the stress of, I can't afford to lose this money. You don't want to be having those conversations with yourselves. So, okay, Alexandra now says, okay, I'm not betting more than I can afford to lose. Bro, this is not directed at you. I'm just stating that my point in the previous point I made was you don't bet with money you can't afford to lose, right? And therefore, you sit in a project in a very different mindset. Like Archan said, you go in there, you enjoy the ride, you enjoy the creativity, you enjoy the community, you enjoy the friendships you make, you enjoy the experiences. You know, in life, to me, it's about experiences. It's not about how much money someone has or doesn't have. It's about what is my life or my family's life and my friend's life? How fulfilling is it? How fulfilling is this Sharbi journey? To me, it's amazing. I'm loving it. I don't have a mindset fixed on price. So I'm, you know, and I would be a liar to say that I don't expect it to go and do gangbuster business. I do, but I'm going to enjoy that process. So if it's down now, so what? I don't care. So, you know, I love you guys in the community, and I sorry, go ahead, Lab.
I was just gonna say, probably noteworthy also, Alex, like I totally get what you're saying. You know, we've all bought, I don't know, I've bought at almost every price that this coin has been at, you know, so like, and honestly, yeah, like I know Uncle Nut for sure is down quite a lot on a lot of money that he bought in when we were up over 10 million. So, you know, we're all in different situations. I'm definitely sympathetic. It never feels good to be, you know, even if nothing else, there's always that mental aspect of you feel like a loser a bit, right? When you buy high and it pulls back, like that's just human nature that we feel like. Oh,
and I want to add to this, bro. This is so important what Lab said, because I feel that like when you're investing into projects, I mean, it's obviously the intention is that you grow your money or you grow your wealth, but you also know that it can go sideways as well. It can go either way. It's not going to be always up. You're basically taking a bet. You're basically, you know, looking at a lot of factors, analysis, whatever, and then you're taking a bet. And you know you're ready that it can go either way. Now, let's look at Sharbi. Like, so when we invested in Sharbi, let's look at the positive aspects. Forget about like what's happened and not happened. 99% of the projects which launch in crypto, they die within a week. They die within a few hours. How many projects have been standing there for the past few months, let alone 6 months? Hardly. You can't count them, especially in the bear market. Sharbi has been there since the past 6 months. Amazing strong point. We've gone through multiple FUDs, strong FUDs. People have left, whales have left, new whales have come in. I mean, that's such a strong point. Usually projects would fall flat if that had to happen. So if the project has been surviving through such a terrible market condition and has been standing strong, no, like let's not look at the price, but it's been there, right? We're building, even if there's not much action happening. You move into the bull run and you see that is where you make your positions. Your positions are made during this time. It's not made during the bull run. You carefully select projects during the bear time when the market is down. This is when your experiences come in. So expecting the projects to launch and do well constantly every day, we're going to be disappointing ourselves. We have to look at the long-term vision. The long-term vision can be a year from now, 2 years, 5 years, whatever it is for you. But that's what we need to look at. 6 months, done well. I'm super positive. Not saying that it's going to do well. It can do anything can happen. But I mean, when I see a project standing for 6 months, I feel extremely bullish about it. I think it's going to do really great.
100%. 100%. You touched on a lot of points there, some great points. But yeah, just to concur with what Lab's saying, you know, and I've said this in my channel, I'm well underwater on my Sharbi investment. I did get in early, but I kept buying. You know, it's like one thing about getting, but for me, it's like I was still buying at 12 million market cap, you know, and it's like, do I have any regrets? No, because the price I have, the value I have in my brain, in my planning for Sharbi is not 12 million market cap. The value I have as a first port of call is 50 to 100 million. 100 million, I've said it many, many, many times. I said it right at the very beginning with Sharbi, and I've banged on about it continually. Sharbi, in my belief, will get to $1 billion market cap plus during a bull run. This is a bull run play. but my goals in the shorter term are 100 million market cap. So that's, you know, that's almost, that's a 9x over even my highest buys at 12 million market cap. Now, someone buying today at a 3 million market cap, what a big advantage they've got over my 12 million market cap, for example. That's why I'm buying at 3 million market cap, because this is a gift. I can average that 12 back down again and make it so that, I mean, I've been given a blessing. That's the way I'm looking at it right now. So
yeah, you're really, to me, when I look at buying in these kind of market conditions, I'm thinking more about the team and, you know, like, do I trust the team, and do I feel like they've showed me that they're doing things the right way? And those are the kind of projects you want to be in. And that way you can weather the storm. You know, we're not swing traders here, so I'm just looking for people, I feel like, and sometimes you'll get it wrong, but you know, Sharbi has, like DMT said, really kind of weathered a lot of storms already, so we feel pretty solid. All right.
Yeah.
What do you think? Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, I think we should wrap it up. And I think that, you know, we've spelled out a lot of stuff today, which the T1 stuff we spoke about when we had other T1 announcements. I personally spoke about the same stuff. So I'm, you know, seriously, I just see Christopher says, Uncle Nut, you look stressed out. Please go chill out, man. Dude, you got no idea how chilled I am, man. You got no idea how chilled I am. I'm totally chilled. I am just, maybe I don't look chilled today, but I am chilled. But thank you anyway.
He's so chilled out. You're so chilled out that you look stressed out. You've gone like full circle to.
I've gone full circle. It's like the cat, right? The cat's so chilled out. It's like my little daughter said, "Daddy, is the cat okay? Because it looks dead. It hasn't moved for like 6 hours." But it's like, that's, you know, that's called chilled out, right? A cat. So
yeah, that happens to me, and then I realize the pet is dead. So. Sorry, kids.
Yeah. But thank you everyone in the community for you know, hanging out with us, and thank you for all the support in the main chat. You know, when Lab spoke about the team being, you know, honest and transparent, you know, we all have to look in the mirror as a Sharbi holder, because we are the team. Every single one of us is the team. So if you can look in the mirror and trust yourself, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Love it.
Peace out,
all right, you guys. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Cheers.